To all of God's people. I hope you all have had a good and healthy day. I am Debbie, and I speak out against all types of abuse that is happening against the mind, body, spirit, and soul of God's people. Having relationship with and being around healthy people is a wonderful, marvelous, absolutely delightful benefit for a person's mind, body, spirit, and soul. Just because you were born into a family unit where you share in the bloodline, where you share in the genetics of that family unit, does not mean that you have no choices, but you have a relationship with people in that family unit, no matter how cruel, evil, or abusive you are being treated. This concept that I'm speaking on does not just include blood family members. This also includes all relationships that we are involved in. I have been very guilty of trying my best, putting my good foot forward, and pouring out all types of kindness in order to cancel out the negative and abusive energies that was happening against me by cruel, evil, wicked, and abusive people. Yes, I was hoping that by bending over backwards, being extra kind and considerate, being overly respectful, I would be able to have healthy relationships with people who have unhealthy, toxic, abusive, demonic, cluster B type immature personalities. Because of my lack of knowledge about the dangers of being involved with cluster B type narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, abusive, toxic, demonic, satanic, and dysfunctional people, I have accumulated lifelong injuries, scars, wounds, and millions of cuts, which all combined could have been fatal against my life. This is one of many reasons that I have been on a healing, restoration, recovery, corrective, recuperating, therapeutic, soothing, and growth journey for most of my life. Doing years of research into abusive, demonic, satanic, cluster B type people, I know now that being involved in trying to have healthy relationships with unhealthy, abusive, dangerous people is a very bad decision on my part. Trying to have healthy relationships with unhealthy people who are under the possession and influence of demonic forces from hell and who have toxic, dysfunctional, and immature personalities can cause so much damage, injuries, trauma, turmoil to the health of our mind, to the health of our body, spirit, and soul. It would help us if we are learning and we are aware of what a healthy relationship should look like. When we are in a healthy relationship, we are having two-way, safe, and sound interactions with another person. You can tell by the way you feel if you're in a healthy relationship. It's going to flow in a very sweet, normal, positive direction. It will be so wholesome, flourishing, full of life, in good shape, successful, and very positive. You will receive mutual respect. You will receive warmth. You will receive kindness. For me to be able to make a judgment personally on whether I am involved in a healthy relationship with another person is if they are able to represent the fruits of God's Spirit. Do they have a spirit of love, joy, peace? Do they have a spirit of patience, kindness, goodness? Are they walking in the fruits of God's spirit of gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control? We are doing very serious harm to the health of our mind, body, spirit, heart, emotion, and life by continuing to be involved with cruel, abusive, toxic, dysfunctional, disrespectful, demonic, cluster B type sociopath, psychopath people. We have to figure out a way to stop allowing abuse, turmoil, trauma, and disrespect to take up any more space in our life. We have the right to make a firm and solid decision if we want to live an abuse-free life where the fruits of God's Spirit of love, joy, peace, kindness, patience, gentleness, faithfulness, goodness, and self-control are constantly in our presence. Or if we want to live a life being constantly exposed to the spirit of death by 1,000 cuts, a life filled with nervousness, a life filled with fear and no justice, a life filled with negative energies, a life filled with unhealthiness, a life filled with demon-possessed, disrespectful, cluster B type narcissists, sociopath, and psychopathic people. A life filled with unloving, unkind, ungentle, unpeaceful people. We can stop making excuses for the demonic cluster B abusers in our lives. Choosing a healthy life for ourselves is the least that we can do to get ourselves back on a healthy track.